Hey everyone, Ash and Sybe here for the Triple S League with another Fallout 76 special stats guide. This time we're focusing on Charisma and using the UR Special Character Build Planner as per usual. Great tool you can use to plan your build. nukesdragons.com. Anyway, we're looking at Charisma today. Charisma has a lot to do with team play in this game, and I will let Sybe explain a little more about that.
So basically, this tree is mainly going to be focused on team play. There is some single player stuff in here, and there's a lot of utility kind of stuff in here. Overall, if you're really into team playing and you're really only going to be playing this game in team mode, then putting your charisma up by like 9 or 12 even is going to give you some significant boosts and bonuses. More than 12 is kind of not really necessary, and you might even get away with it just keeping it around like 8 or 9 due to like magnetic personality, because when you're in a team you gain 2 charisma for each teammate, including yourself, so that's a net gain of 6 charisma. So if you keep it at 9 and you have this card, you're only spending 2 points on it, but you're going to get yourself, a total of 6 more charisma points. So that cancels out the cost, plus gives you 4 more points to play with. Overall, things like inspirational and bodyguards, EMT, team medic, all of these things, quack surgeon, all of these things are going to be basically helping you and your team do better things and do better things overall. Strange in numbers is also another one where it's really going to affect your team positively wise. This is something that, if you're running strange in numbers plus a couple other perks, you can really maximize mutations. You can really maximize radiation resist, damage resist. These are all basically just a team mode tree. And down at the lower end at level 48, you can actually unlock friendly fire, which when firing flame weapons at your teammates will heal them, which is really hilarious considering the term friendly fire. But it's also going to really affect you overall as like a team. If you have a good 8 or 9 points and you're in a team combat situation, everybody's going to have team medic on them, so that's going to heal. Every time you heal yourself, that's going to heal everybody else. You include field surgeon into that, which is a really good pick. I highly recommend field surgeon in most builds. That's just going to make the Radaway and the Stimpaks, it's going to make that heal much faster. When you have this and you have some of these other abilities on, you're basically going to be able to out heal a lot of damage. So other than that, basically you have, like Lone Wanderer is at 4 points is really going to be great when you're soloing. So definitely always recommend that, even if you're not a team player, take 4 at the very least into charisma and have this on you if you're solo all the time, because this 30% bonus to AP regen, 20% less damage overall. This is really big, really huge. It's also available early on. Definitely always keep a copy of Hard Bargain on you. This is going to really boost your vendor prices when you're buying and selling to robots or that the super mutant guy who kind of walks around. And there's really good things that you get out of this too. Like there's a whole bunch of recipes that you can get from certain vendors in the game that you can't get from anywhere else. A mutation vendor as well. So having this card on you, not on all the time, but being able to just pop it in when you go to talk to a vendor, always definitely a good thing to have. Bloodsucker is a really good one for limiting healing items on you. This thing's as good as a Stimpak now if you max this out.
The blood packs become as good as a
the blood packs. Yeah. It's really solid. It's a really solid pick. Most people are either going to just vendor or trash blood packs. I've just been collecting them, waiting until I can basically just turn this on at full strength. It's one of these things where it's like, again, it's kind of utility. It's not necessarily a must-have or a high-end pick, but it's definitely something that's there. And if you're rocking a good team and you have this, it's going to save you it's going to save you using Stimpaks when you could be using other stuff. Same thing with the alcohol in this tree. Happy-go-lucky is going to really increase your luck. It's you've also got quack surgeon, where you're going to be able to resurrect people with it. You got travel agent that reduces caps for moving. for fast traveling by 30%. But if you're in a team, what's good to do is to have people kind of spread out their bases, and then you can teleport to anybody's base for free, and then you can also teleport to any player for free. So really this makes fast traveling kind of a non-issue in a lot of cases. So this kind of is...
When you're on a team, anyway.
Yeah. This one, maybe not as great. Overly generous is interesting, that, you have a chance to inflict 50 rads with melee attacks. That's a lot of radiation, and I mean, it's not a huge amount. You're not going to red bar somebody's health bar quickly unless your entire team has this, in which case you might be able to red bar somebody's health bar really quickly. So this is definitely really interesting as far as that goes. And then you've got anti-epidemic, which is going to, every time you cure a disease, you're going to remove a disease from somebody else. Again, not really that useful unless you're fighting like a Scorched Beast who's diseased, or some other scenario where you're picking up diseases almost constantly. Suppressor, every time you deal damage, it reduces their damage by 30%. This is a really good team ability for taking on bigger monsters, because that monster is always going to have 30% less damage output. So that's probably a really good one to have. That's about it. Everything else is utility and some random stuff, and mostly focusing around team play. If you're really big on being an outlaw and killing other people, there is one here. It's not yet confirmed, but it will reduce your bounty timer by 60%. So yeah, I guess if that's your gameplay, then you might want to rank to that, but that's also 4 points, which is really, really heavy to do when you're solo. So yeah, that's interesting. And then you also have Lavish Lender, which is going to increase card sharing, which again, that card sharing factor is really cool. How exactly it works, we haven't really seen how much this affects team play, but it's probably going to be pretty useful down the road. So that's about it. Again, if you're real big on team play, then you may really seriously want to consider putting in 9 points. How much of this is useful to you if you're solo? Not very much. So that really might impact what you end up doing in the game. If you're hardcore team player, if you're constantly in team PvP, then this is huge. If you're not leaning towards that, or if you're more into like the hunted PvP, then this is going to be a little less up your alley. And the only thing that I would really, really super recommend is Field Surgeon. Field Surgeon is going to be really, really solid, and if you're solo, Lone Wanderer is a must-have too. So that's going to put you at about 6 charisma. You might do away with Field Surgeon, you might be able to drop it to about a 4, but there is a handful of other things that are not terrible to have. So sticking around a 6 probably might be a good idea.
All right. Thanks for that. That's a brief overview of the Charisma stat for Fallout 76. If you want to take a closer look through all of these cards, you can, of course, go to nukesdragons.com. That's just all one word, nukesdragons.com, to use the UR Special Character Build Planner. Great way to plan your Fallout 76 build. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like if you appreciated this content, and subscribe for all of our Fallout 76 content that's coming in the future, and there's going to be a bunch of it, so definitely stick around for that. Thank you so much. We will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, sub, and hit that notification bell, and then check out some of these other videos. Find the link to our Discord server and other important stuff in the description below.
Rotated.